The GoPro Hero 3 family comes in a range of different flavours, the black, silver and white editions. Although most tend to go straight for the cream of the crop black edition, thinking they'd get the best of everything, is there really any extra benefit to the standard user? If you're still on the fence about purchasing a GoPro and wondering which GoPro would best fit your needs, then this guide is for you. In this 3-part mini-series, we'll examine the black and silver GoPro cameras in particular, considering these are the two most popular units. We'll go over each aspect in some depth, looking at the hardware, the software, and the overall quality to really give you the most detailed comparison available. Welcome to Ifty's Tech Corner, where in part 1 of 3 we'll be looking at the GoPro Black versus Silver hardware. Although GoPro offer a white edition in their fantastic Hero 3 lineup with many of the same features, I never actually recommend the white for the simple fact that it's pretty far behind the silver and the black. Whereas the silver and black editions are reasonably close together in terms of hardware and spec, with 10 and 12 megapixel sensors for example, the white is left pretty low down on the GoPro ladder with only a 5 megapixel sensor. If you're on a very tight budget, by all means go for the white, it's still a great starter unit. But bear in mind that by jumping up to the silver you pretty much double the capability of your camera, while the black takes it another step further. Considering the black and silver are closer in spec, they're the ones we'll now concentrate on throughout this series. Before we consider the cost of each unit, let's take a moment to examine what we receive in each package. I have one of each unit here, purchased from hobbymounts.co.uk, a fantastic official GoPro retailer with super fast shipping and excellent support. Highly recommended. Looking at the external packaging itself, you'll clearly distinguish which is the black and which is the silver, not only by the text, but also by the colour and design on the box itself. Lifting the lids on both units, we'll notice the very obvious inclusion of a GoPro remote with the black edition. Bear in mind, both cameras do have built-in Wi-Fi, so you are still able to use a remote with the silver edition camera, you'll just need to purchase it separately. The cameras themselves come in the same waterproof housing along with the same thumb screw and the same quick release buckle mounted on that very useful mounting plate. The actual package contents is otherwise almost identical. Both packages have a user manual, a quick start guide and some GoPro stickers, a vertical quick release buckle, the open back doors for use with the housing, a flat and a curved adhesive mount with vibration plug. Bear in mind the black edition can be purchased in a surf pack, which includes a surfboard mount and tethers instead of these adhesive mounts. We also receive the same 3-way pivot arms in both packs, as well as the same higher capacity GoPro battery, and finally a USB charging cable. The only additional items in the black edition are the keyring attachment and the USB charging cable for the included Wi-Fi remote. So all in all, other than the Wi-Fi remote and the charging cable included with the black edition, both packages are identical, including the exact same accessories. Now we know exactly what's included in the black and silver edition packages, let's take a moment to consider the pricing. There's a clear $100 pricing difference in between each camera when purchasing in the US. Bear in mind you'll need to check pricing in your country since prices do differ depending on where you are. In the UK, for example, prices are inflated a little even after a currency conversion to take into account local taxes. We've seen the main difference in the silver and black packages is the inclusion of a Wi-Fi remote with the black. What's interesting is that when looking at pounds sterling in the UK, if we add the cost of a separate Wi-Fi remote to the silver edition, we end up paying the exact same price as a black edition in the first instance. In the US, if we do the same and add a remote to the silver edition, we end up paying around $20 less than the cost of a black edition. How that works I don't know, but if you really will be using a Wi-Fi remote, then it makes sense to go with the black edition to start with, since you'll receive the top-end camera for the same, if not only slightly more than the cost of the silver with a separate remote. So we've taken a look at the package contents and the pricing of each unit. Let's get stuck in with the actual cameras themselves. Both cameras are the exact same size and weight, meaning any of the GoPro mounting accessories will be compatible regardless of the camera version. In fact, the only way to distinguish between which camera is which is by the branding in the lower right corner of the front of the units. The black edition has a black 3, whereas the silver edition has a silver 3. Simple. Otherwise, the power button and the LCD are both exactly the same. Even the lenses look exactly the same. although the lens on the black is obviously of a higher quality to the lens on the silver, since not only is it superior by 2 megapixels, the black is capable of shooting at higher resolutions, has more modes to choose from, and remains sharper under lower light conditions, to highlight just a few of the differences. Otherwise, both units are exactly the same. The top of each unit has the shutter button, an LED and a built-in microphone. The side has a Wi-Fi button along with another microphone. The opposite side houses the USB, HDMI and microSD card ports under a small plastic door. And finally, the rear has the battery door along with another LED and the proprietary GoPro port. This means you will be able to use the same GoPro mounting accessories and the same GoPro backpacks and camera accessories no matter which GoPro camera you purchase. So we've seen so far that the Black Edition comes bundled with a Wi-Fi remote, and the colour of the 3 on each unit indicates which camera you have, be it black or silver. Otherwise, looking at the external hardware, everything looks exactly the same. So why choose the black over the silver? The answer to that question resides in the quality of the lens inside each camera. Join me in part 2 where we'll take a closer look at the software side of the GoPro Black and Silver editions. We'll take a look at what options are available to us with both cameras in order to better understand what the otherwise similar looking lenses really provide.